It's the lunchtime roundup. Hope you had a lovely Easter weekend. Whatever it was that you did, I hope you ate all the chocolate or had all the fun that you wanted. Rob was playing with balloons behind, so if me and John looked distracted, that's why. Exceptionally immature, basically. This is his desk, and the way this works is for the lunchtime roundup, he's got to go somewhere else. But because he's so obsessed with content and he just wants to edit content and make content happen, you pull him away as it goes. Is that fair, John?
Yeah, he's like a child who needs constant entertainment. I've tried throwing him a ball, but he got bored of that after a while, and now he's got helium, and he feels like he can do some damage with it.
Yeah, do some damage is a very accurate assessment of what he intends to do. But anyway, so we'll just crack on and make the best of it.
Okay, Gotze was the big story overnight.
Well, it was.
I enjoyed LFC Twitter last night. Everyone waiting for the 10:30 for the story, but they knew it was there because someone had taken a picture
of the 10:30.
Because someone had took a picture of the back page or something, so they knew the headline and they knew the gist. But they wanted obviously to get stuck into the the nitty gritty, if you like, and the hard facts and the words around said facts. So yeah, but it seems quite exciting. He seems he's up for coming. Joyce is someone who checks and double checks, as we know. And yeah, we did a really good journalist special with Joyce, actually. We should say him and Tony. We did a couple of months ago. Might be worth tweeting it out again.
Ages ago, really. But yeah, it's belter.
But really good in terms of how they work, and I think there's a bit of a misconception sometimes that like the leaks come from the club and basically a DNA phone of the journalist and going, will you tell them we're buying Gotze so they look good? And in reality, it's not like that at all. They wish it was like that, I think.
Yeah.
They work a lot harder. So I'll tweet that out today. It's well worth revisiting that if you haven't listened to it. If you may be a new subscriber and we're aware of the show, well worth listening. But it was him and Tony's written something today as well, just saying that it looks a goer basically, and nothing's nailed on, and things might happen and all that caveat. But he really seems keen and all that, and yeah. So. And he's not too expensive.
It's an encouraging direction of travel, to be honest with you. I think it's about like to share it whilst it doesn't happen. The idea that we're prepared to put significant money in terms of both or either fee and wages in the final third is, as far as I'm concerned, you can never know, because there's tons of things that can happen here, up to and including Carlo Ancelotti gets on the phone to Gotze and says, it's not been great, the whole Guardiola experience for you, but I'm going to build a team around your mate, sign a new deal, 180 grand a week. You know what I mean? That's let's be honest, that all this is still in play, but it shows, the thing I always look for in transfers, both after the VAT but before the VAT now, is direction of travel, and investing money in the final third is a big deal.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've written something today for our website, just about statement signings really, and I've talked about the Morientes one, and that didn't work out, but it probably did still helped the club along the way to winning the European Cup in terms of what it did for making people like Steven Gerrard realise they were that place, making people realise that the manager was a real deal, and Liverpool was a football club that mattered. And I think stuff like this does help with that. And Jürgen knows that. I'm sure he's buying him because he thinks he's really good, but I think he knows how these things work.
Yeah, a big move would be great, I think, for everyone attached to the club. As I say, my biggest fear for the summer is that we try to do too much business, but I'm one of them, aren't I?
Well, yeah, you are, in more ways than one.
Very miserable.
England are playing tonight, speaking of your misery. Sturridge is starting,
great.
Milner's captain.
Awesome. Series of wins. There's a wonderful fume from Cockneys about Ben Johnson's piece on the website today, if you haven't seen it. Both the piece, read the piece, it's very funny. It includes the excellent line, which I'll probably paraphrase here, that the best case scenario of you sniffing your fingers is that they smell of garlic from last night's cooking. That's the best case scenario of sniffing your fingers. Which I think is both a very, very true and accurate observation there from Ben.
So why does he do it so much?
And it goes from there, really, the whole thing develops. Sturridge to Harton's awful news with reference to the fact that he might get an injury and we can't afford him to.
But I'd rather he played a bit than had 2 weeks off.
I can see your point.
And I just
think I might have a breakdown and lash myself from something if he gets injured again on England duty.
He's not been injured that much on England duty though.
He got injured the most on England duty.
I don't know. I think that's a convenient one sometimes. I think he did pull someone on England duty and then just kept getting injured after that. And I think it was easy to blame the original injury, but I don't know. I think they're trying to be careful with them. You know, I mean, Klein, Henderson and Lallana all played on Friday. I thought they had good games. Henderson in particular, I thought played really well. And then apparently they're going to miss out, and these two are going to play. So you can't say they're being overworked. It's a game of footy. It's a friendly, and you know something might happen. But you know you can get injured ironing at home, as our substitute goalkeepers have proved in the past. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm quite happy to see him getting a little bit of a run out, because I think he
Who is he playing, by the way?
I don't know.
Holland, it says.
Yeah. But yeah, and James Milner's made up to be captain.
So. Sure he is. I've never been more underwhelmed by a set of international fixtures than these ones, and not just England but across the board. I don't know why. I think I was slightly resentful that they put the internationals Easter weekend.
Yeah, well, I mean that's stupid. Yeah, because I went to watch rugby this weekend. I went to Widnes on Monday and watched them play St Helens. And it's been like a massive weekend. Yeah, well, it is a bit, yeah. It's been like a massive weekend of rugby. Like they've played Friday and they've played Monday, and they've scheduled it so they've all been derbies. So they've all been like big games.
Glorious.
And they've been like sellouts, and it's been great, and they were fighting at Salford and everything. And you just feel like, yeah, someone's missing a trick here somewhere. Like rugby have gone great.
Yeah, it's full of boots.
Yeah, we'll get everyone down, and so they seem to know what they're doing at the rugby league. Whereas we've gone, oh yeah, we'll just give everyone a weekend off. Yeah, it seems a bit strange, but yeah, never mind. Emre Can played against England on Friday. He's been in Kicker magazine.
Oh yeah.
You like that one, don't you?
It's a big noise in Germany. Do you know they rate players? Do you know you're the player rating experts? Do you know Kicker rate players?
Go on.
They rate them out of 6. But 1 is good and 6 is bad.
Okay.
And so it's 1 to 6, and then they average it as they go. But I got this from our friend Jerry Donaldson, who told me about this because we went through this. So this season, and this is worth pointing out, by the way, one of the great inaccuracies of player ratings in a sense is, guess what? Where in the country Manuel Neuer's ranked as a goalkeeper in Germany this year? Off ratings.
I mean, goalies is hard, isn't it? Because
well, you're the expert.
Because a lot of time, especially Neuer's not got a lot to do. So I'd say he's the 8th best goalie in the Bundesliga.
That's literally the right answer, and we didn't even prep it. That is the right answer. He's down as 8th. So the best goalkeeper in the world is on the average of player ratings this season in Kicker, which are really well respected in Germany. The 8th best goalkeeper. Last time Jerry looked, I mean, it might not be now, but the information I've got is that he was the 8th. And as you say, it's because he's not necessarily got much to do, and it just shows you sort of the futility of this, really. And why, you know, it's just arbitrary numbers up against footballers' names. But Kicker is a very well-respected magazine.
So anyway, Emery said he just said Liverpool a bit inconsistent basically, but one interesting thing was we need to be more consistent for a longer period of time. This also applies to me, and I think that shows Emery's maturity really. And he say, you know, it's quite easy to say, oh, the team needs to do this, but he say, well, me and self. Liverpool have been described as inconsistent a lot this year. I've got a bit of a theory that we're quite consistent. You just know what you like. You know that you knew that we were going to be brilliant, like Man City at home, and you can sense where we're going to struggle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So calling us inconsistent isn't necessarily the right word for it, because we're actually consistent in that we do well in certain games and struggle in other games, definitely depending on the opposition and where it's played and things like that. So I think we're a bit more predictable than inconsistent, I think is what I'm trying to say. But we do need to win more games. I think that's what Emery's driving at.
I think what Emery's rightly driving at is that we've got the players who should be winning more games. It's just that I think at times this season we've approached games in the wrong way. We've found ourselves struggling with certain aspects that we don't need to struggle with, and I think it's just finding the way in which you're going to impose yourself on a football match, which is something which we're getting better at, but which is an issue. But I think that the other thing that obviously helps with that is the thing that I always say, which is having really good players in attack. And I think a lot of the games that we're thinking of this season where we have struggled to impose ourselves, the opposition haven't had enough to worry about, and I think opposition's worrying is the most important thing in football. And too often this season I think people have been able to have the attitude of, well, just take it easy against Liverpool, or try to turn them round, or try to do them in the air. You'll get a chance to do that, and you won't have too much to worry about going the other way. Case in point being when United beat us at home in the league, where they just basically took our gentle punches for 70 minutes, but knew we'll get a chance at some point, and the only goal scorer on the pitch put the ball in the back of the net.
There you are. There we go. And I'll just finish by saying there's a good piece on This Is Anfield about Luis Suarez saying, do we need to kind of get over Suarez a bit and stop talking about him? It's a good point, but I'm going to raise you with John Aldridge has been moaning about Dele Alli again. Can we all stop moaning about Dele Alli?
Good Lord.
Not against you all though. It's everyone. Can we stop moaning about Dele Alli? He's just a footballer. He's quite good.
And who didn't sign for us, and historically there's tons of players who didn't end up signing for Liverpool, and it happens, and it's going to keep happening. There's going to be players we're going to miss out on. Sometimes we're going to miss out on them because of our own genuine incompetence. Like all clubs are going to miss out on players because of their own genuine incompetence. You know, where was everyone else when Cristiano Ronaldo was knocking around the place? I can understand how no one's bought Messi, but you know, United had a free run at Ronaldo, or we had a look and then we didn't put enough money in, and blah blah blah. Can we just pack it in? It's literally what happens. You miss out on footballers.
Yeah, and they're making me hate Dele Alli, and I don't worry because he looks like a nice fella.
He seems like a nice lad and he's a decent player. Fair play to him. I like that, John. And also, let's pack it in on Suarez as well. We don't need to vote for his goals for Barcelona. Doesn't play for us. Seems, it was great when he was here, but we don't need to worry about that either. We can just should we just deal with the lads in front of us?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead Milner, go ahead Sturridge. You're our heroes, you're our boys, you're Roy's boys. See you next time.